to add creative that you can have advertising on for social proof, and then there's another one that's more value based.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so this is good. I didn't think of this one. So you could do like an entire 3 days on this. So let's say, for example, we look at creatives. You've got cold, you've got warm. So cold is like people who do not know you. So generally, if you try and run social proof ads at people who don't know you, it doesn't work very well. So that's where you need to go like negative hook thing to kind of trigger someone in. Warm, what we do that absolutely crushes it is client results. We will just bombard people with client testimonials results. If you look at my Instagram feed, we filmed some ads. I'm like, this is gonna make us so much money. You know, you watch the ad, I'm like, this is so fucking good. So we had we had a big event last weekend. I rented the biggest fucking super yacht in Dubai. It was G. Mainly because I'm like a child and gave me an excuse to fucking do it. So I got 3 of my clients who were just crushing it. I was like, I asked them a question. I was like, how much money do you make as an online coach? And like just like a back and forth like that with 3 of them. We cut it together into into ads, into reels. There's a reel that went out maybe like a day or 2 ago with a guy with his top off. He's like, oh yeah, I make $56,000 a month. And obviously that's triggering as fuck to someone who's like a personal trainer in gym group or wherever, and they think it's scammy. But this is the job from a marketing standpoint. That type of thing from a warm aspect is huge. Because if say, for example, someone's a fitness trainer and they follow me and they want to scale their business, and all they see every single time they come on social media is another testimonial, another testimonial, another testimonial, the point in their breaking point, like, I need to fucking deal with this, who do they go to? So like the thing I would say from a marketing standpoint is you want your name to be the first person they think of to solve X problem. And that's kind of like I come onto like a spiderweb marketing thing of just like, something I took from Grant Cardone when I was younger is like Omnipresence, is like be everywhere at all times. And that's essentially kind of what you can do from retargeting ads. So for this, I would do things like testimonials. From experience, the ones that like Jane, the fitness client, saying she lost 10 pounds and like a selfie do shit, they don't do very well. But if you can have like 2 people in the video kind of like asking a question, works very, very well. Other one is stuff like graphics. So for us, like we run graphics of like, oh, this coach made 200K a month or whatever it might be. You could run a graphics if you're, for example, a fitness coach where it's like you and your client and it's like, find out how Charlie dropped 20 pounds in 12 weeks or something. So having you with the client is very powerful because it also creates more trust. And you also have to think from paid advertising, marketing, content. The number one thing we have to do is build trust because no one will buy from you unless they trust you. Like you guys wouldn't have bought today from Eddie if you didn't trust him, right? So like you have to get that trust in there, which you can kind of like artificially create by just hammering this. Now, why this works really well is you don't have to spend much money on it, particularly if you don't have a massive audience. So that is like the low-hanging fruit when you come into paid advertising. If you want to do a VSL or do whatever, I would start here because this is like the easiest thing to make money. To try and like drag someone off the internet who has no idea who you are to try and sell them into something is kind of like an art form. So when it comes to cold traffic, I would just start negative hooks. And then the goal here, it's unusual these are going to be like insanely profitable. Like if you can get 3 to 1 on the front end, you're laughing. But in terms of what will happen, this is a great audience for anyone actually as well. If you run cold traffic at like high volume, you can then retarget them into the warm. And then what we do is we retarget people who've watched over 75% of any of these ads. So like we're literally warming people up through the entire process. So we laugh because it's clever. Because if someone's watched a minute's reel or a minute piece of content, they're probably quite interested in what you're talking about. And then pops up like really heavy social proof. You're constantly trying to pull them in. What I also try and do is I kind of play around with stuff from a content perspective. So like, I haven't got my phone, but a lot of time I'll film kind of like selfie style stuff of like, and just kind of off the cuff and just test it because it's also more authentic. Does anyone want a massive hack as well, which is working right now because this is sick? So just don't tell anyone outside this room. So for this demographic of warm audiences, if you want to get ads to convert, you want to make it look like it's not an ad. So on Instagram, people put up polls where it's like, ask me a question. So I create ads which are like, ask me a question, but it's not a fucking piece of organic content, it's an ad. So we will I'll make a selfie style reel being like, oh, these are the craziest client results we've had, this person did this person did this, da, da, da. So like I'll put in the question box, it would say, ask me a question, what's the craziest client result you've had? And then I'll be like, oh, we get so many client results, it's amazing. Chris went from 5K a month to 50K a month. Giacomo went from 0 to 60K a month in 4 months. This is all using this 3-step system, blah, blah, blah. Hit the link below if you want to see it. Like, now why that works is it just looks like it's a story. And it pops up in people's storage feed. They don't even realize it's an ad. So like, that absolutely fucking slays. And you can kind of do, you can do different variations of that. And that's also like, where you, from a marketing perspective, you have to be creative and really take initiative with things like that.
If you enjoyed this clip and you're a business owner, content creator, or coach, and you want help in terms of exactly how to scale your business to the next level using ads, AI, VSLs, setters, and building teams to basically monetize your business and monetize your knowledge, but without you having to press all the buttons, it's never been easier than before. What we can do is we can walk through the whole process in terms of how we're doing this over and over and over again with content creators, with business owners. If you hit the link at the bottom of this video, you can book a call with us and the team. We can audit your whole business, show you where the bottlenecks are, and show you exactly how we can scale. And if we think you're a good fit to work with us, we can show you what that looks like too.